Hi there, it's Rick Schnabel, and today what I'd like to show you is how you can actually inject meaning and confidence just with 3 questions. Now, as a coach, one of the things that is really critical to your client's success is the quality of the questions that you ask them to help them to shift the way they think about the world, and also how to actually fire off various neurons in their brain so that they can start to see or get a sense of a whole new life ahead of them. Now, I want to take you back to 2004, I think it was. I attended a particular conference in Bali, and this was an entrepreneur business school. And we were asked 3 questions, and these 3 questions totally changed my life. Now, I don't say that lightly. They literally did do exactly that. Now, these 3 questions made a significant change in how I was viewing what I was doing at the time. So I had just entered in 2004. I had completed my life coach study. I also had completed my study in neuro-linguistic programming, and I was actually trained up to trainer level in NLP. And I had this vision of what I was going to do with my life and with my newfound skills. And I had big aspirations to help people with what I had learned. Now, these 3 questions totally became a game changer, and I believe these 3 questions are largely responsible for why I persisted in the industry for so long. Now, if we go back to 2004, of course, we're now in 2022, so that was 18 years ago that these 3 questions were asked of me, and here I am still coaching and training people with life coaching and neuro-linguistic programming. So these 3 questions can make a big amount of difference to your motives, that is your motivation to do what it is that you do. And I know many people ask me, they say, Rick, how can I bring more meaning and definition and equally more confidence into my life? So here are the 3 questions. The first question was, if you go back 1,000 years, how many people were born in order for you to be here? Now, in other words, how many people were born in your lineage, that is your mother, your father, your grandfather, your grandmother, your great-grandfather, your great-grandmother, and so forth? How many people were born over 1,000 years in order for you to be here? Now, I can remember my trainer at the time came out with the second question. And the second question, he said, before he asked that question, he said, if you are now there with your slide rule trying to work all this out, then you've missed the point of the question. And of course, many of us were very, very confused trying to work that out. And the numbers varied wildly from one group to another. The second question was, out of all of those people, what legacy did they leave? Now, I can remember personally sitting back thinking about, my direct family, mother, father, what did they leave? Then my grandparents, what did they leave? And I couldn't go back any further than that, really, not in my lifetime. And there was nothing that I could actually get a sense of that they actually left of any value. Now, the trainer then said, here is the third and final question. What legacy will you leave? And now that was a huge question, and it really got me thinking as to what would I like to leave? Now, it's the answer to that that made a huge difference in how we do what we do. Now, one of the things that we did as a result of being asked that question is we sat back and thought, how can we produce really good content that we can leave as an ecological footprint of value so that people can find that information, and it can, even after I'm gone and the whole team are gone and everyone's gone, that we leave behind some value. So what it got me doing is it got me writing books, it got me filming a lot of the stuff that we were doing, a lot of the events that we were running. It also got me creating recordings, many recordings. We've created so many hypnotic inductions and hypnotic healing processes that we have now got all recorded. And we literally have almost 100 of those that actually still keep giving people value. So my question to you is this: what legacy will you leave? Now, we've just entered into a whole new year, and many people think of goals, and many people think about the aspirations, the things that they want to achieve. But if you start thinking beyond your lifetime, and you start thinking in the context of a legacy, then it causes you to think quite differently, perhaps, as to what you're going to achieve in this particular year. For some of you, you might think about writing a book. For others, you might be thinking about perhaps videoing some of the stuff that you do. You might be thinking about, building a property that stays in a trust and stays in your family for the rest of the generations of your family. There can be so many different things that you could be doing when you start thinking in 1,000 years, or you start thinking in the context of a legacy. Now, the answer to the second question became quite obvious a little bit later on. In other words, out of all of your family members, what legacy did they leave? The answer is simple. The legacy they left was you. You are the legacy that they left. So it then delivers you to the third question: what legacy will you leave? So I decided to create this video because the quality of the questions determine the quality of your life. So perhaps ask yourself, what questions could I be asking myself in this new year that's going to deliver an incredibly different new year than I've ever experienced before in my life? And I do believe that it is the quality of your questions that determine the quality of your life. My name is Rick Schnabel. I hope this has been of value. If it has, please like the video. And if you want to keep seeing videos that we produce and you want to get notified every time we do, just click on the little bell and YouTube will automatically send you a notification every time we post a new video, and you can watch it whenever you like. I hope that these videos are valuable to you and they help to take your life beyond limits. My name is Rick Schnabel. Again, bye for now.